So we're back. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, because
look, people are calling.
listen,
That's definitely Steph to let us know that our feed went down, which we appreciate.
We do.
we definitely recognize
that all of a sudden we were not live anymore.
And
I mean, we were live, but it was just us.
It was just we were just talking amongst ourselves, apparently. A little salty about that because
well, unfortunately,
our live stream got cut. But you guys are coming back. We're going to give a few seconds for folks to get back into the game. We're about to talk about stay your behind home because y'all not listening. I try not to do too much COVID coverage because, you know,
people need positive things in the world to enjoy.
And
y'all out of pocket right now. You know why you're out of pocket?
Because in Philadelphia, things like this happen. Yes, folks, that is a basketball court in North Philadelphia full of over 100 people at night for a basketball tournament. Why? For what reason? Let me enlighten you. Apparently, because of a social media beef between two ballers, ball is life. But apparently, ball is life to the point where it supersedes the pandemic.
Ball is life to the point of death because people are just like, I'd rather risk life and limb to go out and play you in a basketball game that don't matter.
Listen, but now, here's my problem.
The persons who were engaged in
the actual game were playing one-on-one. Because it happened via social media, everybody you see out there saw the beef. They said, hey, well then meet me at the court at this time, and all these spectators showed up. My issue
is with these spectators,
apparently up to $10,000 was placed on this game. Each man
put up $5,000 to play one-on-one.
That was the actual.
I'm just saying $5,000.
$5,000 is a lot of money. A lot of money.
So yeah, but these people who were spectating wasn't getting no money. So what they show up for?
They want to watch a nigga lose $10,000. I mean,
apparently, and this is in the heart of North Philadelphia, which is
not far from where I live, which made me extra mad.
But the problem is with now this pandemic being
disproportionately deadly to African Americans in impoverished communities. Here are African Americans in an impoverished community not listening at all. We even have some footage of the actual game, and these y'all folks, this is what they out here ripping and running, balling,
doing their thing, and they live. They went live with it.
They weren't even
flaunting the disrespect.
Right. They could care less. They was in these streets balling. Ball is life.
Nah. My health is life. My child's health is life.
We grinded up them white kids that went down to spring break.
Yeah.
We grinded them up.
Or the one whose dad wouldn't even let him back in the house was like, nah, you gotta take that somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yes, sir.
That's parenting done right.
Right.
Because there needs to be consequences for your actions. Apparently the police was called
on this group once the neighbors saw them congregating. But
it's
like 100 people out there. Are you serious?
They said it was close to 150 people out there. 150
people for a basketball game that, number one, had nothing to do with them. Number two,
that y'all could have sat and watched on social media. You didn't even have to go.
Yeah, you could really sat back and enjoyed it from the comforts of your
Instagram. And yet, here we are watching
them ball their little lives out for $10,000. Now, I don't know if $10,000 is worth COVID.
Especially if you die from it. Like, that 10K barely gonna cover your casket, fam.
But what's worse about it, in my opinion, is the simple fact that not only do you endanger everybody there, because some people had the audacity to show up with face masks on. If you're stupid behind came
To watch a basketball game that you weren't involved in and you not making no bread off of it, then
you take the mask off and go ahead and take a deep breath. I want you to lick the man next to you. Because you deserve everything that you about to get.
Not licking.
I want you to lick him. No. Jasmine Romero said, not listening because there's a common and inherent mistrust of government by people of color. Very true.
I mean, that's fair.
I can't argue with that.
I mean, that's fair. And it's not like the government in instances like this, they come out and tell us the whole truth anyway, because they know people aren't going to trust what they say.
Fact.
If they come out and tell us what's up in the first place. Which makes no sense, because it's like, if people are not going to believe you, why lie?
Keith Cooper says, I've been seeing kids still on the court. Yeah, that makes no sense. I feel almost guilty for taking an isolated, distant walk. It's to the point in New York where they took down, the actual Parks and Rec took down the basketball courts. Ball is life or death.
Nah. It's, oh my God. So, what makes me really mad is like, not only is there like this blatant like flaunting of like the quarantine, like of the quarantine rules, but then it's like people, there's a couple of memes going around where people have the audacity to say that if you call the police on people breaking quarantine, that is akin to people calling like slave masters to rat out Harriet Tubman, or calling Nazi police to rat out Anne Frank.
I want to go to a barbecue
in 2020. Stay home, please.
Sundress season is gonna be canceled if y'all don't stop. I want to take my baby to the beach.
I don't understand why this is rocket science to us. If you want to do ball is life all day, stay home. It's not like, listen, in the 1920s and 30s, they were called to war. You're called to Netflix. Stay home.
Watch JoJo. Yeah, and you got who?
Right now, could you imagine doing this in the 90s? When all you had was a brick phone, a Nokia, Snake, nigga. I had a 56K modem, and you can't stay home? I'm starting to feel away.
I remember being put on punishment and being hyped because that meant I could sit in my room and read all day.
You didn't survive when there was only Ringo, MySpace, and Black Planet. You heard me? That was all there was for black people. Dial-up modem. I used to get an AOL CD that had minutes
on it. You ever had minutes on the internet?
Oh my God.
You ever had
internet minutes?
That.
Look, the most fun we had.
It's like a cell phone.
The most fun we had was downloading movies from LimeWire. And you better hope your computer don't get AIDS, niggas. Oh, God. I'm so mad right now because we're going to be in quarantine for a couple more months.
Behind quarantine till Labor Day. Don't tell me that. Don't.
I don't want it. I don't want that. I really don't. And I'm sorry I said it. But at this point, it's like, listen, if y'all don't start taking this seriously, like for the first time, New Jersey didn't report any new cases. And I'm afraid people are going to go outside because they think now it's safe. It's like, no. You still need to stay inside until this thing is like under control.
Right.
Like, please, I wanna go to the beach. MomoCon was canceled. I'm trying to go to Blerdtitude in July. Y'all need to stop.
Listen, we got Blerdtitude, J1Con, GPCC, Keystone Con, all these cons that are supposed to be coming up that we not going to be able to attend. I looked out my window this morning, opened my blinds, and it was spring weather. If this had happened during winter, we might not be as upset because we would have been in the house anyway. But the weather's breaking. You heard me? I got my spring clothes ready.
Facts.
I got my pastels ready. I am tired of being in this house.
Aww.
And I got dope comforts. Wow, what's going on?
Felice said her daughter's not going to graduate kindergarten because of this. Like, people not graduating from high school, graduating from college.
The level of selfishness. I was
speaking to
our teacher friend of the show, dope person, Taryn, and she
kind of hit me to
something that I hadn't even. Well, we were just talking about how
kids are going to be left back.
But now we're not even talking about the kids that's left back. Think about the seniors. The seniors that were. I remember when graduating as the class
of 2020 was a big deal. I mean, the class of 2000 was a big deal. They're the first class. Yeah, right. We was the Y2K babies. We close out the millennium, baby. But they now don't get to be that class of 2020.
They don't get no proms, no senior trips.
None of that.
None of that.
None of that. Because you want to play basketball.
Ball is life.
Ball. I hate that too.
Kobe didn't die for this.
And honestly, in a time when the NBA found it prudent to sit down their multi-billion-dollar business,
you niggas felt the necessity to make a quick $5,000
and put not only your families but that entire community in jeopardy. Because if one person has COVID out there, there's at least 150 people right there at the minimum. The healthcare workers are tired of you showing up.
I have friends who are like nurses. I have family who are like first responders, truckers, who are out there risking their lives every day. And y'all niggas is outside playing bad.
Steve Jordan. Now, Steve Jordan, he already made the point. One of the parties he's supposed to be at, they doing it online. Steve, if you can, post a link
to that party online, because give people something else to do. The hornball is this weekend and on the internet, and it's a big dance party, and they throw it in NYC, but they doing it online. Steve,
come on, DJ, what's his name? Did like live streams where he did like parties like over the weekend. Like, y'all don't need to go out to be doing all this nonsense. And yeah, I came out here to do the show, but we not sitting out with 150 people breathing on each other like spreading the virus. Like, come on.
Our homie to the show, cousin to the show, Jason, said that he had his G-string ready. G-string bikini. I don't know if I was ready to see them cheeks, but you know what?
At this point,
I'll take it. I'll take it. Hairy booty and everything. Look, Steve, make sure to drop that link for us for that party, so the people at least have an option. Yeah, DJ D-Nice has been literally spinning. All you got to do is hook it up to your Bluetooth and dance in your living room. I know it's not ideal, folks, but there are people.
If you worried about basketball and partying, there are people who cannot bury their loved
ones. They just can't.
There are people who can't get married. They just can't. There are people who are giving birth right now that their family can't even be in the hospital.
Some guy snuck in to see his pregnant wife. He hid his COVID. He hid his COVID symptoms from the healthcare workers and his wife. His wife and his baby both have COVID-19. Because he was like, "Nah, I'm still gonna go out instead of doing the safe thing and staying away." He risked hundreds of people's lives, got his wife and newborn baby sick because of this. Like,
that's where we at.
This is not a game, y'all. Like, stop.
Now, Steve just dropped the link for the party right here in the chat. Look, if y'all need something to do, go ahead, turn up.
There are options available
for you to keep your behind
in the house. You do not need to go out and play basketball for any amount of money that puts
everybody in jeopardy.
So much so that y'all want to talk about parties? This Negro here, this Negro was arrested because he said, F COVID, we gonna throw a COVID party. And they not playing with y'all no more.
They not. It's $100 fine in Philly now for doing this kind of crap.
And it's higher in other states. Like, it's like
$1,000,
yeah.
To me, y'all deserve all the work
that you get
if you break this quarantine. I've been in the house doing what I'm supposed to do. I am fed up. I am ready to
go outside. I am ready to enjoy spring because it has sprung. But this level of ignorance, selfishness, and stupidity is what concerns me, especially in our
community. Because if we're going to call out Karens, we doggone call out Jamal's,
Trayvon's, Keyshawn's, LeBron's,
LeBray, whatever y'all want to call them. These two Negroes just set us back at least a few weeks,
if not a few months. God willing, nobody had COVID out there.
So Elise in the chat said if you threaten to spread COVID-19, they now charging with like domestic terrorism.
I believe it. Listen, Teffy was telling me earlier that there was somebody that
had COVID that was spitting on oranges and.
Yeah, she was spitting on a worker in Walmart when she couldn't get her way, and there's people out there who are like sick, like spitting and coughing on produce. This one lady coughed on like $35,000 worth of fresh produce, and they're actually pursuing charges against her because of it. Like people out there like spitting on other people, Hasidic Jews who are hosting whole religious like congregations of like 300 or more. And it's like, y'all, what planet y'all live on that's not here?
Well, unfortunately, we now live in a time where people just
do not understand the ramifications of their actions because they're too selfish and too short-sighted to understand that what I do affects the man next to them, which can ultimately come back and affect somebody you love. That's
what it boils down to. And listen,
we got a business, we got jobs, we got people that we want to see. We don't normally do this show just me and Teffy. Our crew runs 5 and 6 deep, but we have to find alternatives. We have to do something different. We have to do our part to make sure that not only that we make sure that the next man is safe, but that we have a summer, nigga. I want to go barbecue. I want this to be over.
My son keeps asking. My mom lives in Florida, so my son is like, "Can we go see Grandma?" And I'm like, "Baby, I would love to go see Grandma. Like, I really would. But listen, we can't go right now. Like, it's not safe." And he wants to go to the park, and he's like, "Mommy, let's go to the water park." And I'm like, "Listen,
you can't. Look, Jay, like Jay just said, he had to cancel.
So Jay won Jamaica. You can't go to Jamaica. Flight's cheap. Listen.
Yeah. In the Bahamas, they had what, 10 new cases or something like that yesterday.
Let me tell you something. Gas ain't been this cheap since the 90s. I just bought a plane ticket in June to go to Vegas for $50. I would like to use that ticket, but I doubt I'll be able to. This is the best time to travel and the worst time to travel. Stay home.
My cruise got canceled.
Yeah, Teffy had a whole cruise that she paid 25 cents
for.
A little bit more than that.
It wasn't much. I put it like this. I said, Teffy, are you on a cruise? She jangled her pocket change. Was like, I think I will.
It was definitely almost half as much as my cruise last year. So that's for sure. And this one had an open bar included.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
See,
I'm a little salty.
This is what y'all killing right now.
Get off the basketball courts. Stop holding up the curve or the dip or whatever they calling it.
Flattening the curve.
Flattening the curve.
Yes.
It's bad enough that you got this idiot in charge making things worse. Don't compound it by exacerbating your niggerdom. That's all your niggerosity is at peak levels if basketball is that deep that not only did you need to play, but you needed these spectators out here. Now, I hope each and every person on this video, and we've kept it running, because if you see them and they your cousins in them, I need you to slap the taste out of them.
Facts.
I need you to take their Jordans
and crease them.
Black hand side.
Like crease the Jordan. Y'all know what
take the front end.
Oh my God, you throw some crease
and crease their Jordans because they don't deserve them.
Black people already get subpar healthcare under normal circumstances. Now during the pandemic, you really want to expose yourself to something so deadly and just go to the hospital and be treated even worse than normal. Like
for basketball.
For basketball.
Because trust me, if I'm the doctor and I'm like, ain't you that nigga from Instagram?
Yeah.
I'm King Kurt Live. This is Teffy Wonder. Listen, y'all, we about to go ahead on and get up out of here because, I'm pretty sure all the basketball playing black people are honing in on our location to shut down our feed.
Oh my God, are they gonna hit us?
At this point in the game, I don't know. Please, y'all, stay safe.
As long as they don't breathe on me, I'm fine.
Stay safe out here. Stay loved up. Stay on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon. What else? Disney Plus.
Crunchyroll.
Look,
Funimation.
Look, be on Crackle if you need. If you ain't got no money, you can be on Crackle. I don't care what you do. Keep your behinds in the house like we doing. She about to leave my house, but I'm gonna make sure she gas masked up and wrap her in some saran wrap so that she can at least make it home safely. Next week we're gonna have my cousin Marky Carter in the building, doing the same thing in the Fortress of Nerditude, trying to bring you head nerds in charge in your onesie twosies, because we're social distancing as best as possible with the other people, but we get real cozy up in here. We're gonna keep bringing it to you every Wednesday. I'm gonna keep going live as much as I can with topics
and whatnot to keep you entertained, because honestly, Netflix gets boring.
We know what it's hitting for. So you can call in. For those that call in, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to call you back. We had some issues with the soundboard. We'll figure it out, what's going on. And it's one of those things where we trial and error. If you're an audio or tech guy, call me.
And you don't have COVID. Don't have COVID.
If you're worried about us having these issues, hit up our Patreon at www.patreon.com. We have tiers starting as low as $1. You can contribute to the show, help us alleviate some of these issues by being able to pay for people to come and help us with the show, being able to pay for a workspace where we're not where we don't have to have this, where we can all be together and still put on a great show for you guys, even under these most dire constraints. We miss you. I know this has been really trying for everybody, and we want to be here for you.
Yeah, and we try to keep it light, keep it funny, but at the end of the day, this is serious. And I know more than 10 people who have had COVID, and now, sadly, half of those
passed away. So it's real. It's a real thing.
We laugh and joke about it, but
don't put nobody in danger for your own selfish gain. And
even I'm not saying that you can't
go take a walk in the park or enjoy life, but this is in excess.
150 people and nobody thought to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't be standing here elbow to elbow.
Right.
Either way, King Kurt Live, Teffy Wonder. Go check us out. Instagram, Head Nerds in Charge, and we out, yeah. I love you. I love you.